Yeah.
That's what it says.
Sorta, maybe.
Cover your eyeballs, guys. There.
Are we live?
You should be live.
Should be live. Doesn't show live on my thing. Show. No. Maybe we are. Boom. Shows live now. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh boy.
Hi guys. I hope I'm live. We'll find out here in just a second. Look. Yeah, there I am. Wait, yeah.
You may have to speak up.
Okay. Because
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
I don't have a mic right here.
Right. I don't think I get live chat on that. So,
You may not
no.
on your tablet.
Yep. Hand over the phone.
Here's your phone.
Thanks.
Had some technical
Technical
difficulties.
issues, yes. That's the way it goes with lives, I swear.
Your phone wouldn't rotate.
Mm-hmm. So, here we are playing catch up. We're just a few minutes late. I'm not sure who's watching because we lost a couple, but hopefully somebody's still out there. We will go in here so I can just take a look at comments, see if anybody says hello.
This is
Hi guys.
Billie Jo
I'm
show.
Billie Jo, and I'm here today to whoa, lag. to do some cooking live, which I've never done before. There we go. I got my in me. Oh, okay. So there we go. Hi guys. Okay, so we got Wilderstead. Hi guys. My favorite Canadians, or at least some of them. Thanks for coming.
Which one, Dave or Amanda?
Well,
you
I
said
don't know.
some of them.
Well, there are other Canadians I like. They're
Oh,
just,
okay.
like, don't tell anybody, but they really are my favorite Canadians.
Jim.
Jim, see, I like Jim a lot, but
I like Jim.
you know, so Megan and I hang out a little bit, but they're stuffing sausages. Go them. What kind of sausages? Mary Cleveland's here, Jean's here, Christy Betts. Hi guys, how we doing? And they're both. See, I had dual operation there. Okay, so like, there we go. There's so I can just watch.
Gotta steal the
comments a
show
bit.
sometimes.
Let's not do that. What? What'd you just do?
I stole the show.
Did you just ham it up a little bit there? You would. I guess I'm not going to use that then. I'll just shut her down. Okay. Put that there. Oh my God.
Maple, garlic, and hot Italian.
That sounds maple garlic, huh?
I don't even think they can get that across the border.
Probably not. Okay. Hey, James Fagan from Ireland. Right on.
It's got to be pushing midnight over there.
It's late in Ireland, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be because we're getting late in the day here. So anyway, without further ado, I want to thank you all for coming, stopping by, having some chit chat with me while I'm working on my Sunday prep for the week, make some food ahead so I don't have to come home from work and cook. I've been working on making positive changes in our lives, and one of those is more frugal shopping. So we went shopping Friday night, and I have a list of stuff here that I have that I need to do something with. And one of the changes is healthier eating. Recently found out I need to get my blood sugar under control, so that's part of this process too. And I'm learning new things, so maybe you guys can help out with that a little bit. And making things ahead is a new thing for me. So I've got a lot going on. I'm trying to do it all at the same time. And I'm glad you guys are here to join me to share that experience with me. If you have any comments, questions, I'll come around and take a look at things. And Kevin's over here watching comments and running the camera. So if that part's bad, that's his fault. Okay. So let's do it. Let's see. I have some stuff. I already started a beef roast in the crock pot. That's in there. I got it. Ooh, that smells good already. I seared it in frying pan with some seasoning, put it in there. I'm going to put some other stuff in there, and that's going to be meals for several nights, okay? And then I'm going to do some, one of my favorite things. Actually, I was looking at the label on this. It isn't like totally terrible for me. You want to see that?
I don't know if I can
No
see it.
smell-o-vision though.
No smell of it.
But it smells good. Cooking beef. Oh gosh.
I think my lens got foggy.
Fucked it up. Funny. So, I've done this recipe on video before, but I did it with chicken. It was golden chicken, or angel chicken. And the golden mushroom soup, I was looking at the label, and it isn't god-awful for me, so this isn't something I have to necessarily do without, and it is a way to do something in a crock pot that I very much enjoy with chicken and pork, so I'm going to do that here in a little bit, but first, let me just start getting some things into this crock pot with this beef roast so they can start cooking too. And if there's any comments, maybe Kevin will holler.
Holla!
Holla! So I'm thinking about a lot about quantities. One of the things on my next month, I'm going to buy it from Amazon, is a kitchen scale. If anybody has one that they really like, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking digital, or not digital though, because then I don't have to buy batteries. And so the mechanical type rather than the digital type would be good for something to have around if I'm trying to keep track of. Yes, I'm tracking my food intake, which is a new thing, fairly new. Actually started doing it before I got diagnosed with the smoothies because I was curious to see what I was actually getting in them with all that good stuff that I put in my. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I have a couple out. The quit smoking smoothie videos, right? And I wanted to know what was in the smoothies actually for nutrients and stuff like that. So I started tracking those and finding out they average probably about 700 calories. And there's a lot of good stuff in them. So I'm getting quite a bit of my fiber in them and my... I'm trying to think what else is in there. Fiber, a lot of the vitamins. Vitamin C I'll get in there. And it's a great way for me to start my day compared to what I used to do, which was just go hungry. So, big improvement there. I don't want to do that. I'm going to just do chunks.
Mary bought ingredients for her first smoothie. You have inspired her.
Atta girl. Ask what she got. What kind of smoothie is she doing?
I think you just
I
asked
just
her.
did. I'm not used to this live stream thing. It's been a while since we've done a live, even.
Oh, yeah.
So, alright, I'm going to just chunk some onion in there. Give that a while for that. Yum.
Jake says it's the same time as ye in Ireland. That,
Is what?
well, it's the same time here then that it is in the United States. I don't know if James is trying to make a joke or not.
It's that Canadian
It could be a
conversion thing, right?
Canadian.
Yeah,
Canadian
because that always
conversion.
works. Okay, so I wonder if you would have me a bag of potatoes and like another onion.
Oh, you betcha. Rachel Sutton just popped in.
Oh, hi.
She says, what you making?
What you making right now? I am putting some ingredients in the crock pot with a beef roast. About a 3.5 pound beef roast that I seared and got started in the crock pot. So I'm not here till midnight cooking today. And thank you very much. And
I'm gonna go dump your compost.
you're gonna dump the compost bucket
I
for me?
probably should.
Awesome, it needs it.
Here, you take the towel, hand me the
I'll take
compost.
that now, okay.
I don't want to stand in front of the camera.
There you go. It is full. Boy. I meant to do that earlier, but I didn't. The potato. I love potatoes. They have been a fabulous filler for me. It's one of those things, it's cheap. Generally, there's a lot of room, easy, but I have to limit my intake because they are, I don't even know all the answers right now, but I don't know that I need to limit my intake because they are high in carbs and they're not the best kind of carbohydrate that I can eat. So, Well, I would normally have done a pot full of potatoes to go with a 3.5 pound beef roast. I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm gonna say, if that's gonna be, I think 4 servings, I think. I'm gonna do, on my feet here, I can do math, I can. Halves, that's 2, I'll probably do 6 potatoes. And if we have potatoes left, something else, thank you very much. And we're rinse these off real quick. And I'm just going to put them in their hole. I have some interesting new ingredients on hand, things that I've never cooked with before, that I'm going to pull out here when I get these going.
Dave and Amanda's fingers are going to get sticky and meaty, but they'll be watching. They just can't chat.
You can watch with sticky, meaty fingers. I don't.
Just don't stick your fingers in your eye.
Yeah, that might not work.
Rachel wants to know how you're doing. Haven't seen you in a while.
Rachel.
Rachel Sutton.
Oh, hi. I'm doing all right. It's been an interesting week. Went to the doctor Wednesday. Did labs. And the only result I've gotten back so far is that my blood sugar is too high. So, while I was already heading the direction of healthier eating, that just kind of kicks me in the pants and makes me think about it in a slightly different way. So, I'm really trying to do less rice, potatoes, pasta, kind of a thing. No, I just chit chat for a second.
Okay.
He's trying to follow me with the camera, see, so if I bail out, he's gonna panic, watch. But I'm doing okay. They prescribed metformin to start out. I have another doctor's appointment next month, and we'll see how we're doing and adjust accordingly. But for now, I'm incorporating some stuff into my diet. So reducing the amount of potatoes that I eat. Increasing the amount of vegetables. So we have a freezer full and a refrigerator full of vegetables, and looking for more high fiber options, because fiber is something that I've always struggled with. That's not something that I've ever really understood. How do you get all your fiber in a day? When we buy whole wheat sandwich bread, it's not really. No, it isn't whole grain. It isn't really, really good for you. So, but that's, cheap and easy. So, let's see, what do I want to do next? Anybody say anything? Anybody?
Mary Cleveland and a fruit smoothie.
Okay, a fruit smoothie. Awesome. You do what you need to do there, Mary. Whatever ingredients you can use, put them in there. I found trying different things. I'm really, really enjoying my smoothies every single morning.
Yeah, she says frozen bananas, or frozen berries and banana with almond milk.
Okay. That should be tasty.
Yeah.
We had one day where we did just fruit smoothies. It was kind of a treat.
Yeah.
And it was yummy. They were really good. But most days I'm trying to get all kinds of nutrients packed in there with the spinach and the celery and a little bit of flaxseed and some Brazil nuts, because they have selenium in them and nuts are good for you. And I've been putting in a little bit of Greek yogurt, so I have that probiotic going on. And all kinds of goodies. So I have done half an apple approximately every day, which is not something I was consuming before, so fiber plus all the stuff that's in apples. I have been doing half a banana, but bananas are higher on the glycemic index. So I need to kind of be careful about that. So I'll probably, when I run out of frozen bananas, because I have to use them up, because I have to, then I'll probably just, I'm doing an experiment with frozen avocados. And we'll see how that goes. I want to show you guys something. Just stay there. It's fine. I'll come right back.
No, you're right here.
I'm right here. Okay, so here's something I was doing too. Last Saturday, I made extra smoothie. And so as I was getting done with it, I thought, well, you know what I'll try? I'll put it in the freezer and see how it comes back from frozen. I wanted to know because, you know, I do make extra sometimes. And Kevin doesn't always want a smoothie or it's, you know, past time for him to have one or whatever. So I had extra again today. So obviously the one that I had yesterday was the one I had frozen previously. Works out well for me on Saturdays because I get busy on Saturdays.
Sure.
And I don't want to stop and make a smoothie. I don't want to set myself up for having nothing in the morning. So having a frozen smoothie on hand, it came back just fine. It tasted like brand new fresh. Just had to deal with a bag that had a hole in it. So I had smoothie everywhere.
Yeah, it did have a little.
I got most of it in the cup. And honestly, it came back just fine. It was like a slushy, which was good. So, anywho, let's do something next. Okay, so with my onions, potatoes, what else am I going to put in there? I think I'll put in a bag of frozen veggies later and some mushrooms. Oh, I'm going to do some cabbage in it. That's what I'm going to do. What you got?
Christy Betts wants to know if we like sweet potatoes. She said she
I
used to
do.
use them for her mom with diabetes instead of white potatoes.
Absolutely.
I think we just talked about
We
sweet
did.
potatoes the other day, actually.
Yep, I think next time I buy potatoes, it's definitely a shift I'm going to make. I like sweet potatoes. Definitely an alternative that I enjoy. Do all kinds of things with them.
Linda Bird Rogers says sorry she didn't comment on the one video where we asked about pick and ditch asparagus on the roadside.
Oh,
She said yes. The answer is yes.
yes.
And then she says she was in the back row that day.
Oh, you know, you can hang out with Dave.
Hang out
Somebody
with
got
Dave.
to keep him under wraps.
Yep.
I'm going to save that.
Broussard Homestead is here. Brett and the company.
Well, hi.
They're from down in Mississippi, I believe,
Cabbage in there.
or Louisiana. One or the other.
Somewhere down there. It's a long way to travel to come and hang out with me and watch me cook. And visit. Oh.
JB is here.
Hi, JB. How you doing, hon? There we go. Hey,
Broussard is in Louisiana.
Louisiana. Got some cabbage in there. All right. I like cabbage in my crock pot stew type beef pot roast meals. That's a healthy addition.
Oh yeah.
And I enjoy it. So what am I gonna do next? I think I'll start working on the pork chop crock pot.
Do you need that pork out?
I need that loin actually.
Okay.
Who's gonna? Don't throw it. This is what I got. So again, back to shopping. I spent a good portion of my week rethinking how I buy groceries because it was about just like go get the same stuff every time. And now I absolutely have to change the way that I think about that. And I'm trying to do it on a budget. So I don't want to spend more than I absolutely have to. So I was sale ad shopping. And I found it's a half loin roast. It's about 4.25 pounds. I got it for $1.94 a pound, which $2 a pound is like my happy number for stuff. Anything less than that, I'm like, yay. Now the beef roast was $4 a pound, but we'll get a couple meals out of it. And I wanted some red meat in my diet because I like red meat a lot, and I'm craving it if I don't get it once in a while. What are you looking for?
I was just. You could set the other cutting board over for.
Do you want me to move that over here?
Because of the juice groove on it. Because
Oh.
the line is going to leak
That
right
one?
all over the place, probably.
Okay.
You can have a collection of cutting boards when it's all said and done.
Well, you know, I am the consumer that is like the test subject I enjoy doing that, so. Because I can use them and abuse them. Knife.
Is that the one I sharpened for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay, so my intention is this, with this, is to turn it into chops. So you guys are going to watch me try to make
Chops.
individual chops out of this. Yeah, try to get them even, Steven. And make it last, right? Stretch it out. I think we thought that we could end up with approximately 12 boneless chops out of it. Oh, making sad noises for it.
Just typing.
Oh, he's typing. Okay, so wish me luck. Here we go.
You want me to zoom in on that
Well,
to exploit your excellent beefy or excellent porky cutting
porky
axe?
cutting.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Yeah, you can come close if you want to. Yeah. So here's the thing about this. I don't need to achieve perfection. I just have to keep doing what I'm doing.
Assume perfection.
Assume perfect. How about we assume excellent?
You're doing
If I
fantastic.
do halves, right, I can understand that math.
Yep. Split it in half, and then you split it in quarters, and then you split it in again, and then you
Right on.
could actually butterfly them after that, or just.
Those of you who don't know, I used to be married to a chef. My knife skills are terrible.
I dig them.
You dig them.
Yeah.
Because you don't know any better. Oh, okay. What do we got?
Not too bad.
That's not too bad.
Good thing I sharpened that knife for you.
I'm loving this nice sharp knife, yeah.
I got a bigger one. I should have sharpened that one too.
Okay.
Brett, I think Brett's there. Probably Brett and company. He asked what we were cooking. I put a beef roast with tates and cabbage and onions in the big crock, right?
Beef roast and onions and potatoes and cabbage so far.
Yep.
And put those in there.
Dicing up a loin and
Got some dual crock pot action going on here. See this? But you know what? The small kitchen. That's my only outlet over here.
yeah.
If I do anything else, I'm contemplating whipping out the air fryer after a little bit. We'll see how far we get during the live. But
Who gifted you that big crock pot?
that is an awesome gift from my darling.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, Gigi.
Gigi. I
My
think.
sweetheart. Yeah.
You know.
Wasn't it? What was that crock pot?
Yeah.
No, it was the air fryer. Yeah, I love that thing, man. Okay.
No, my
Haven't
sister
done an
got us the air fryer.
Oh no, your sister did. That was a crock pot, Gigi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your sister bought the air fryer, which is awesome. I love both of them equally. Okay. So, I mean, really, dual crock pot actions, big in this. Okay. The air fryer. I haven't done any videos yet
We wanted to learn it first
because I
before
wanted
we
to learn it first. Yeah.
pretend we were experts.
Yeah. I wanted to, but I'm liable to do that live today. It's kind of loud though.
Yeah, the air fryer is a little bit loud.
That fan blows. So I don't know how that'll do on live video. But I've been thinking about one of the things I want to do today is cook up. I have some frozen salmon fillets because that's what we get around here.
Brett or Preserve Homestead?
Yep.
Pasty. That's a great.
Abby is making a pastis. Oh, I don't even know how pastis. I can't pronounce it.
That's what
It's a Greek dish, yeah.
I was wondering if you're familiar with
Just because I can't pronounce it. I've never made it, no.
We made egg lemon soup, which is a Greek soup.
Right?
Avilgamo.
Something like that.
Yes.
Egg lemon soup. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a baklava recipe, which is that traditionally Greek
That's
baklava?
Mediterranean. It's done all over the place, actually. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, did I count? 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 8 out of that side.
Wow, nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that with those, and then I'm gonna finish cutting this up.
We could actually.
I think I'm gonna do. What did I decide?
We could package that up actually do that as a roast if you'd
I
like.
think I'd rather do chops with it.
Chop it.
I'm gonna cut it into. Cause I got 8 in there. How many was that? 3 meals out of a boneless pork loin. So, and that would make leftovers. So we'll
Sure.
get 2 meals out of that for sure.
Yeah, we'll have dinner
Definitely.
and then definitely lunch for the next day.
Yeah. How about 2 dinners?
Or we could do 2 dinners. It's totally cool.
Okay. So then I will take this one and make some nice, kind of
Thick fryers.
thick, or air fryers, whichever. Yeah.
I mean, well,
Nice thick boneless
Yeah, okay.
chops, right?
Yeah, cool.
Okay. So let me do that. And then I'll just put this away.
Susan Gatchie says, "Hi guys, just came on. What's cooking?"
What's cooking? We're gonna see what we can get done today. So far I have the beef roast with potatoes, onions, cabbage, and I put some boneless pork chops in this crock pot. I'm gonna do an angel pork chops, which has the golden mushroom soup, mushrooms and onions, and it's delightful.
Kind of like our angel chicken.
Yes, only with pork. Yep.
And
And then-
actually, what we should do, because
Yeah.
we've mentioned the recipes that we do have, when this live stream's over, it turns into a video.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to add all the links to the
recipes.
recipe playlist and the recipes that we've mentioned. So it doesn't, I could add a link to the recipe right now, but then when they click the recipe link, it kicks them off the live stream.
Oh, we don't want to do
And
that.
they wouldn't want to
We
sit there and watch a
sit
video.
And we're here to visit too. It's not just about cooking. It's about engaging with y'all.
So
Here to
I'll add
chit
those
chat in the
links.
kitchen. Yeah. Then what else am I gonna do today? Once I get this done.
Christy, that smells roast.
Oh, she does have smell-o-vision. How exciting for her. Oh, yeah, I do. Do some salmon in the air fryer at some point. I have some other ingredients that I'm unfamiliar with that I'm gonna be figuring out how to use for the first time today. And I'm trying to make up several meals for the week, and if I can get more than that done today, great. I have some smoked like kielbasa sausage that it's gonna make into a casserole at some point. Again, I want to make some cook up some of the frozen salmon fillets for like lunches. I dig a little salmon on a salad for lunch or something like that. I'm working on the boneless pork. I've got the roast there. I do have a package of bone-in pork chops. It's a nice package, $1.94 a pound, something like that, less than $2. And some chicken quarters. I'm gonna just take those and put them in the oven and let them cook, and use those throughout the week for meals.
Yes, Rachel. This is actually the second week that we are pre-planning our meals.
Mm-hmm.
Last week was
The first time.
yep.
And highly unrecorded because. And last week, honestly, was the first time that I've done it. Actually, I just have gotten to the point where I really don't want to come home from work and start cooking from scratch every night. So I put together I actually took out. It was, that time of the month. We were about out of everything. So I took all the ingredients I had and threw them over here on the counter. It was kind of a mess. And said, okay, what goes with what? And I ended up making some barbecue pork ribs and in the crock pot. And some split chicken breast bone in the oven. And bone-in pork chops. I think I did those in the oven. And I made some sides to go with. I did spaghetti with a red sauce. And I did Mexican rice and stretched it with the rest of my jasmine rice that I had. So I took a box of rice-a-roni and made it go farther. And I did a batch of pasta salad and had plenty of that actually, and I'm trying again to get away from the pastas a little bit. Not that I'm not gonna have some, so I just have to limit my intake, right? Let me get a hand wash this pork, right? There we go. Oh, better. Okay, so I know I'm not the only person in the world that's ever been diagnosed with diabetes. I'm not first, not going to be last. I know there's a lot of people out there who have already dealt with it. And I'm hoping that what I can do is be helpful to anybody else that comes into it or is dealing with it as well. It doesn't have to be a terrible life event. It's just a shift in the way that I do things. And I've been, like I said, heading that direction already. So just, continuing that on, thinking about buying less rice, pasta, potatoes, which we all know are cheap food fillers. Bag of white rice, though, these days isn't as inexpensive as it used to be, surprisingly enough. But it seems like the higher quality food you buy, the more it costs. So let me get a pork for the bag for pork. So I got 6 chops out of that.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cook those up next weekend.
Dave Northwater says, do you have any apples to add to the pork?
Oh, I do actually have some apples.
Oh, I actually answered him. I said, we don't.
Oh, I do. But they're smoothie apples. And I don't think that the apples would go well with the golden mushroom. But when we do these,
Yes.
pork chops and applesauce, right?
That's actually what my comment was my fave. Pork chops and applesauce.
So, let me pull that out. Oh, we're just digging through the freezer trying to fit stuff. One of the things I bought lots of this time that I don't normally buy is frozen veggies. I need to add more vegetables to my diet. It's good for us. Add more vegetables. And in order to get that, I have to be able to afford them. Buying fresh broccoli, cauliflower this time of year is a little cost prohibitive.
Sure.
It is. I think I saw cauliflower on sale for $2.44, and I'm not sure if that was a head or a pound, but this is like ooh. So I bought lots of bags of frozen veggies because that's really what's here now.
We're still like weeks and weeks and weeks away from
Starting,
even thinking about planting.
Right? And I would love to grow my own. Absolutely, that would help a ton.
I've never had good luck with broccoli and cauliflower.
This is our year. We got this. We can do it.
No.
Can do it. Oh, I should stop it better.
Yeah, you betcha.
So catch up on my dishes real quick. Bear with me.
Somebody did dishes yesterday.
Somebody did, yeah. And then put together my mushrooms and onions in this pork. Oh.
That's real similar to your angel chicken.
Angel chicken, basically, yeah, that's what it is.
You're just doing angel pork this time, right?
Yep. Goes either way. Love my cutting board, so you know. Just so you know. Okay, that's good enough for now. Okay.
Jesus is Lord's cracking jokes.
Is she over there making people laugh?
She
She's gonna
says,
make you laugh out loud.
I carry pasta and crackers everywhere I go.
Pasta and crackers.
Around the middle.
Feel you there, yeah. So, yeah. We'd had a recent conversation about crackers.
Oh, yeah, and then today's video, actually, when we recorded last night.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Well, it was the question of the week last week.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Favorite snack cracker?
Yeah.
Snack crackers are kind of not a good choice, right?
Right.
Now, I'm all about moderation. I have not decided, and you'll never hear me say, I will never eat chocolate cake again in my life. Because there are times when a chocolate cake is appropriate. Now, not the whole thing, okay? I like chocolate, and life is about living.
Right.
It's about taking care of yourself, and it's about that balance between the two. You know, it's not like I eat sweets all the time. For a while there, I was on a pretty good ice cream every night habit, which I have gone away from because it kind of agrees less and less with me. And in years past, I've been kind of one of those eat the whole thing kind of people. You know, you put a pack of Oreos in the house and it won't last long. But these days, they last way longer. It just, it's just the shift I've already made. So, not to say that, there aren't times, but not a good idea. So, okay, onion. And with this one, the angel pork, I like to do sliced onion. With cutting, it's important for it has everything to do with about where you put your tongue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Susan says, "What is angel chicken? I've
Angel
never heard of
chicken.
that."
Oh, wait. Where's that? You have the recipe card over there somewhere? Probably on the stack.
On the staff.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't think I ever put it in the box.
Hot fudge pudding cake, pumpkin bars,
Never do that.
manga something,
Read my handwriting.
Moroccan honey cookies or something.
Yeah, okay.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Stuff.
Christmas fudge, chocolate oatmeal,
Didn't do that either.
meringue cookies,
I'll just allow it in most of
shortbread,
that stuff.
spumoni, Russian tea cakes, crackle, gingerbread.
Oh, let me think on this.
Nadine Trickles. Actually, we have that. Didn't we?
It's somewhere
Write
out
that.
there, yeah. It's a video, and I'm pretty sure the recipe's there.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Actually, that because it's something I make, but I generally look at it. Now, what I do with this is it's usually chicken in a crock pot with mushrooms and onions, usually as much as I can cram in there. But I'm, again, trying to limit onions. Those are higher carbs. Mushrooms, I am trying to stretch those out a little bit, so I'll hang off on that. And put these in it. Oh, it's so good though. Ooh, this one. And I put the golden mushroom soup in there. And then when it's done, add cream cheese. Well, there's more to it than that. There's Italian dressing. What else do I have on here? I keep forgetting what else goes in this. I'm going to have to go look at the recipe because I forgot. For a little bit though. I was careful this week about buying fresh veggies because I don't want them to go bad. I don't know if I'm far enough over. I have this anti-waste value, right? I hate to throw stuff out. It just drives me nuts. So, like I said before, I'm using up the bananas that I have frozen until they're gone. But I hate for vegetables, and when you buy vegetables at the grocery store, fresh veggies, they don't last very long. I can usually buy a package of mushrooms this size and have to use it up in a week. That means second week of the pay period, I have no fresh mushrooms unless I go buy more, which means spending more money. Lettuce. So I bought romaine, red leaf, and green leaf this time because I want to add more of that. A salad every day for lunch or with dinner or something like that. I have this cabbage left, and I have a head of purple cabbage. And if I had to do it over again, I'd have probably bought 2 of each to get me through. So we'll see how this goes. I may have to go to the grocery store next weekend and refresh a little bit. But then I don't have to achieve perfection at this. So I'm okay, you know. Have anything interesting going on in the comments?
I just added, I went to the laptop and added the playlist link so they could refresh your browser and see it. But once this is a video, it's there, you know.
Yeah. So back again to frozen veggies. I have a selection. I bought broccoli and cauliflower because that's pretty standard. I got a mix. And I got one with carrots. If you careful. Careful with carrots. Again, higher in carbs. But there's a lot of things that I can do with those, and I don't have to worry about them wasting before I can get to use them. That would just drive me crazy. So yeah, I hate to throw out food gone bad too. Yeah. One more cakes. What are you doing? Oh, JB, that's awesome. See, I love to reuse stuff. JB says this carton is deep enough for growing wheatgrass or microgreens and wheat berries. We must have been, was telling me that wheat berries, I could grow my own wheatgrass and use that in smoothies. I've never tried it, but I'm willing to. And wheat berries are now on my next month's Amazon shopping list, so that I'll get some of those. So I'll use the carton also. I'll save that. Excellent. Now what I need to do is go find my recipe box. So pardon me just 1 second while I go and make sure that I'm not missing something in my own recipe. Oh. I have. It's over here somewhere. I know it is. Wait. Ha! I know it was close by. There we go. Wow, I found it. Well, I'm not too far off, so. I'm not real particular about following recipes. I'm kind of, put what you got in the pot. Kind of a gal, really, a lot of the time. So while this says to put your butter, your melted butter, and your Italian dressing mix, and wine, but we don't keep wine in the house because Kevin's sober, and the golden mushroom soup mix, mix in the cream cheese, stir that up, and then warm it up, and then put it with chicken or pork. I am just going to put stuff in there. I don't need to be all crazy with that. It'll be fine. It'll all be in the same pot eventually. Anyway, I've done this in the oven, in a pan, and on a crock pot. Crock pot, boy, you could just walk away and leave it all day long. I love that about it. I have traditionally served this over white rice. I have to rethink that a little bit. At least, I think that it would be really awesome over cauliflower or broccoli too. So maybe a little bit of rice. And I need to get brown rice next time we shop. So
Dave wants a sample.
Dave can come on over.
I told him it's in the mail.
It's not in the mail. Sorry. You can. Here, look, here's the recipe. hey, you can make it, or you can come over and visit, and I will feed you, because I do, yeah. Why'd I come over here? Oh, good gravy. I remember now. Okay. Across the kitchen, and I forgot. Oh, yeah, I want some of that. I'm just dig in the fridge a little.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I want some of that.
We buy garlic by a $5.
I love garlic. And somewhere there's a thing of cream cheese. Okay, so here, put that out of it. I got a pat of butter. Probably needs a little bit more than this, but I'm gonna try and not put that in there though. Thank you so much. I am gonna put the whole thing of cream cheese in there though. 'Cause yum. I don't think I had plans for anything else for this. Not that I can think of. So many options. Oh yeah. Where's the thing at? There's no thing at. There it is. It's not something I've ever thought I'd be doing in my life. Having people watch me struggle opening a package of cream cheese. Because it is a struggle. Every time. What is that? There we go. Okay. Gonna put it in there just like that. There we go. And I'm gonna do some garlic. Oh, garlic.
Oh, Gerald Farms from South Carolina's here.
Woohoo! Come on in.
He says they use cauliflower as mashed potatoes.
See, I've heard of that. Yeah, that substitution thing kind of works if you squint. Yep. And let's look at this. I haven't looked at this yet. This says, here I'm reading labels, right? Gotta read labels. Distilled vinegar, water, vegetable oil. Not so bad. Not my first choice, but we're gonna put it in there. This says package of dry, which I don't keep around, but I have this, so I'm gonna use it. I'll just put some in, a little flavoring, and the garlic will help with that. It's not actually called for, but it should be. Why would I make that without garlic? That doesn't even make sense. So, no. All right, everything's in there. It can do its thing. It's fine. It's happy. I'll start up later. Serve that on top of something. And
James Fagan says you're making him hungry, but it's 11:20 at night in Ireland, so
should have brought a snack.
you should have brought a snack.
Yep. Should have brought a snack. I'm gonna sit down for just a second and think about what I'm gonna do next. Okay, so dual crock pots rolling here, right? Got going on. 2 more than one meal occasions already cooking, and when those get done, we'll portion that out for meals through either this week and or next week, because I think I'll save half of the beef roast for next week. So where am I at here? I got boneless pork is going there, and that is Angel. And then the other half of that boneless pork is now in the freezer, cut into chops. I'll work on that like next weekend. We'll have that again. I have some bone-in pork chops and chicken quarters that basically trying to get away from frying things have been. So probably just season them out, put them in the oven. And then, because a bone-in pork chop cooked and seasoned, and a chicken quarter cooked and seasoned, it's pretty versatile. So I think I'll just do that. I'm gonna do something with that smoked sausage casserole. And bought some Italian sausage this time. That is a little different than the ones we usually buy, but it was on sale. And I like to do the salmon and see how that goes in the air fryer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We could actually record some of that maybe,
And
then
do that later instead
throw
of
it in.
telling them to close their ears.
yeah, because the fryer's loud.
Right. And then I have a couple of unusual, new to me ingredients. I know that beans are healthy fiber, but they've not been one of my go-to things. Yeah, please. So I have now a can of, well, black beans I've used, obviously. I put back black beans and stuff sometimes. I have white northern beans, which I use like with ham and stuff like that. I have that, I know that. Canned garbanzo beans. Now, I have never cooked garbanzo beans. Does anybody know the best way to eat garbanzo beans, otherwise known as chickpeas? Supposed to be really good for you, so when I got my diagnosis, one of the first things I did, of course, was go to Google and say, okay, now what? And one of the things I looked at was a list of good food alternatives, and a variety of beans came up. Garbanzo was on the list. I can't for the life of me remember why. It's got good stuff in it. And yeah, I've seen a few recipes around for them. Roasted garbanzo beans look really good. People have good things to say about them, so we'll try it and see. I just don't know how to incorporate it necessarily. I don't know what goes with what sometimes. I have something I've never bought before, and I need to figure out how to do this. Where's it at? There it is. And I've been thinking about this part of it too. Dried beans, much more economical than canned beans. I do believe this was $1.48, pretty sure. And this obviously is dried lentils.
Yeah, that movie that Barbara Streisand was in.
Kevin's scared of lentils because he's never eaten them, but he knows that before. I don't know, let's see here, do I know anything about them? How to cook them. Yeah, I can't read that. No.
We'll pause for
Salmon, soft, and mince well, blah blah, da-da-da.
We'll pause for this commercial break.
Do a commercial.
This is a live stream powered by Mountain Dew. We're not sponsored by PepsiCo Company, but it is powered by Mountain Dew.
I'm just glad I don't have a thing for Mountain Dew because looks like
It's
oil,
yummy.
simmer, gotcha, okay. 15-20 minutes. Okay, so then what do you do with it? What do you do with a lentil? What do you do with that? Somebody said, oh, JB, was it? Said lentils with like tomatoes, garlic. It's like a side, right? Instead of rice or something. So
Okay.
I should cook some lentils today. What else am I going to do?
Dave
today?
said lentil soup is pretty much equivalent to pea soup.
I don't know if I feel good about pea soup. And Kevin's not much of a soup eater. So while he would eat anything I put in front of him, I do try to take his considerations into mind there. Am I missing anything good? I'll put him in salad. Okay. So what is the texture like? Is it like ricey, beany? When's the last time y'all ate lentils?
Mary Wagner just showed up.
Hey Mary.
She says, hiya, Billie Jo.
How you doing? Happy Sunday. Steam and eat with butter. Oh, okay, so it's that kind of food. Right on. Any kind of beans there. Mediterranean. Okay, so I should look for something Mediterranean. Okay. I like that style, so awesome. I should probably cook some of those up and try them out and see what they're like. What else am I going to do? I need to hard boil some eggs today. And I have a method for hard boiling eggs that is foolproof. So I think I should start some pots of water while my crock pots are going there. And then I can get some chicken and pork chops in the oven. This is actually progressing quite nicely today. I'm going to tell you something right now. Making even macaroni and cheese as a side, it's a process that you have to do on a weeknight when you come home to cook dinner, right? So part of what I was doing last weekend was trying to avoid having to make anything at all when I come home, just warm things up. So this, and I'm going to tell you, warming up frozen vegetables isn't a hard thing. So in a pinch, there they are. It's just when you try to incorporate things together into like one side dish. If I had to, right now, if I got overwhelmed by this, I could just step back and say, okay, it is what it is. It's a piece of chicken. It is a vegetable. And then, boy, another vegetable. Or a small amount of some sort of starch or high carb thing. We'll see. You know, because we still have pasta. We still have spaghetti. That's still a thing, you know. He just asked me, please don't go no meat. I said, okay, I'm not going to have any problem with that. I think that's a normal part of our diet. Although I think that historically we eat too much meat. So let's see if we can get some lentils cooked. And I'll start a pot of water and do some hard-boiled eggs as well. Eggs are good for me now, right? Used to be bad. Now they're good. And one of the things that I learned that a couple of eggs a day is a really healthy protein. So, oh good. You didn't go up or left. Eggs, almost there. Don't kill the tripod.
Almost done.
Ooh. There we go.
More eggs.
Yeah, that's gonna.
We need more eggs.
We need more eggs. I know, that's why I put it on the list. Okay. How's everybody doing out there? Everybody alright? Anybody need a bathroom break?
Gerald Farms has to go check his cows. He said, have a great night. Thank you guys. Have a good week.
Well, thanks for coming. Awesome.
Dave Northwater said, look
Yeah.
up Gemini Homestead. She can help you with bean questions.
Okay, write that down somewhere. Gemini Homestead. Beans.
JB has an idea we may consider.
You're getting him to think about it. Meatless Monday, right?
Meatless Monday.
There are ways to
Okay,
do stuff that you don't even miss it.
I can have cereal that day.
If you don't eat what's fed you, yes, you can. If you want, do you have cereal? We don't have any milk.
No, I don't.
We don't eat milk. It just goes bad. So, okay. And then Mediterranean, I'll write that down too. Recipes. Okay, so, put the pots out. How many lentils do I want to make? I don't even know. Let's see. There's that. I'm going to do. How many eggs do I have? There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so, a serving size is. There are 13 servings in this container. A serving size is about 1/4 cup dry. So if I made some extra, I could try it with some different stuff, right? I don't need to measure the water. Don't require soaking. But I do need to sort them out. So, rinse them out. Okay, let's do that. Somebody commented once on a video, I think, you really don't measure anything ever, do you? There's some stuff, yeah. Especially if I don't think I know, then I measure. So, let's try. read that right? Quarter cup. So yeah, there's gonna be about that. So
Oh, Ellen says, check for stones.
yeah, what do they look like?
Probably like beans.
They look like a window, right?
Dave says that beans commonly will have stones.
Stone.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How does one go about that?
Stone magnet, I think.
So helpful.
You can Amazon anything. I bet you they probably have a stone magnet.
There's floaters. Are those like normal?
I don't know.
I don't either. These guys know.
Dave says they look like rocks, but this is
Like
coming
rock.
from a rock guy.
These look like rock. Yeah, he's a rock. There's
Dave's
nothing
a rock.
shiny in here for sure. So if I cook this many, that was a cup. Is that gonna last me all week, you think? Or should I cook more?
Somebody Google it.
Somebody Google it. Yeah, I know. I want to know from their experience. Some of these folks have had lentil. So I think what I'm gonna do. Goes on salads and stuff, right? Okay. Could be a side. Might as well cook it now.
JB says the lentils will just about double in size.
Okay, so I'm gonna get double lentil.
So it's kind of like a cup of rice goes a really long
It
ways.
does. You know, I have a history of overdoing. I never in my lifetime figured out how to cook a little bit of spaghetti. Nope. It was like the whole thing or nothing at all.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess.
I just looked at the weather. It's supposed to start snowing.
Is it gonna snow?
Yeah. There's radar all over the place. But we live in kind of like the Bermuda
The
Triangle.
triangle of weather.
Wyoming
yeah,
radar.
Let's see. Well, I guess I'm not supposed to look at them. I gave them kind of a rinse. Oh, my strainer isn't that too of a hole.
Oh, Susan says you can bake eggs in a shell like muffin tins for
Yeah.
325 for 25 minutes. Let them cool, then peel the eggshell comes right off. It sounds weird, but it works.
I've seen it. Actually, I watched one of my favorite cooking show guys. Whoa, sorry there.
That was me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Cooking show guys. Alton Brown. He did baked eggs.
Good.
I don't know what I'm looking for. So if you find a stone in here, my apologies.
My teeth will find it.
Yeah. They all look alike to me. So I guess through experience we shall learn. Okay.
You betcha.
All right. We're going with it.
You're going with it?
Losing lentil. So this is like for me experiment number 1. And water in there. Okay. I'm going to put those on the boil. And then let them simmer 15-20, right? Okay. Moving right on. Where are we at? Oh yeah. Boiling eggs. To me, this is my tried and true method. Just put them in a pot. That is cold water. Get yourself a little compost. I put in a little bit of salt. Get them to boil. And then when it starts to boil, I time it for 10 minutes exactly. Exactly. So don't let me miss out. We got lentils on, we got eggs on. I'm gonna do next.
Can you hang on to something for me?
Hang on to something. Whoa. Anything in particular?
I gotta flip my phone around.
Oh.
I don't want to die charge-wise.
Uh-oh.
My charger's on this side, so I'm gonna
What do you want me to hold on
Flip
to?
just hang on to the gimbal right here.
Holding the gimbal was done, and you know he's
Okay, this
expecting an
part,
earthquake.
because it's gonna try and move on you.
Hold still. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Don't spill your coffee, guys.
Okay. Whoa.
That might work.
That might work.
No, it's,
No,
no, it's not
No.
going to.
no, it's not gonna flip.
No,
Drag.
because it's gonna push on my.
Oh, you have power buttons and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let go of the gimbal.
I'm letting go of the gimbal. So now what are you gonna do? Maybe you should be on camera at the moment with that scratch in your head look on your face. Yeah.
Probably not. Hold on your coffee, guys.
Yep. There he goes again. So lentil are a vehicle. Okay. Yes. Let's see here. So. Ooh, we'll just set her fried up test patties. Okay. And Jesus is Lord, my darling. I'm not sure. Yeah, you know, what I do with the eggs is after they've boiled for 10 minutes exactly,
It worked.
awesome, as I take them off the heat, drain them immediately, shake them up, cool them off, and then they are absolutely painless to peel. Whoa, that was exciting, right? What kind of movement there? Okay, how we doing there, hon? How long have we been doing this? Does anybody know? Nobody knows. Everybody all right out there?
Yeah, I'm chatting with my buddy Kenny
How are
in
you?
Michigan about lumber.
Ouch. So, oh, I had a pinky circle. Okay. Mary's leaving. Bye, Mary. Mwah. All right, so let's do some more cooking. Watch my pots, but not too close, so they'll never boil, right? Somebody said lentils are a vehicle. However you season them, that's what they'll taste like. Which works for me. Oh. Heavy. Okay. And chicken leg quarters, I got total of about 10 pounds. 97 cents a pound. Right? And under. Now the last weekend, was that the first time I did all the cooking ahead, right?
Yeah, last weekend.
But I'd had chicken and pork ribs prior, and thought to myself, well, why didn't I cook it all at the same time? One of my mottos is cook once, eat twice, or 3 times, or 4 times, or whatever I can get out of it. So I'm wondering why I didn't do that then. Maybe because I didn't have a big enough pan. Possible. But I have chicken quarters here, and I am going to season them and cook them. Pop them in the oven. No fuss, no muss, don't get a babysit. Kevin's not paying no attention to comments.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm. He's over there. Messing around with his friend. Look at that.
No,
See?
it's actually hustling lumber. Yes.
Hustling lumber.
See how we can get wood from Michigan to here.
Look at that. See.
He has a semi truck. I should look at comments. This had 19 solid.
Really?
The whole time.
Whoa. I just the world tilted. Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Let me look at
Yeah.
my gimbal.
Whoa. He's doing it again.
How many blinks is my gimbal?
Mary's left. Let's see what.
I think I need to charge my gimbal.
The gimbal is about to die. We are in mountain time. Kevin, you should look at the comments. Don't know why. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Boulder Stitch said, check the comments. Mm-hmm.
my gimbal's gonna die.
The gimbal is gonna die. Does that mean we're about done?
Well,
No, we don't have earthquakes. Not often. This is not an earthquake. This is the gimbal having issues right now. So, well, he tried to,
hang on to coffee, guys.
hold on again on my charging the gimbal.
There we go.
Whoa. Better?
Now we're better. Whew. Dangerous. I mean, we're like so close to Yellowstone and like Mount St. Helens. Oh no, that's in Washington. What's that geyser? Old Faithful.
Old Faithful. Yellowstone National Park, yeah. They
Highly
say that at some
volcanic.
point it's just going to go boom. But we won't know what hit us. So, don't wait to live your life because Old Faithful going to go boom. One day. Yep.
Earthquakes in Wyoming. No fracking.
Very rarely do we have earthquakes in Wyoming. Sometimes, but not often. Now
Okay.
that we've said that, however, watch.
Dave and Amanda don't have sausage on their fingers anymore.
Oh, so
'Cause-
now they can type.
Now they're just giving me grief.
Good.
Kevin, look at the comments.
Tell them. Anything? Nope. Okay, so taking a break. I'm trying to decide whether or not to quote pack some chicken. And if I cook twice, then I don't have to cook chicken next weekend. Not a whole lot of room in the freezer, but I can make room for chicken in the freezer. And I do need to put pork chops in the oven as well, the bone and everything. So this is me making decisions on my feet, like right now, about what to do here.
I would probably.
I'm gonna freeze it.
Okay.
Okay. I got it. Whoa. Okay. Maybe a little bit of creative freezing there. You got it? You got it. Okay. There, without bumping the thing. That's better.
I may have just had a low battery peak. maybe.
Uh-oh. Now the battery's gonna die?
Yeah, we're about 15% of the phone. Live stream.
Yeah, right? So, at any
We've
rate.
been
Okay.
running about hour
Well, by
20.
gosh. I don't know how much longer we got. How long is our live stream so far? I don't even know.
Hour 20.
Oh, that's plenty. We've kept these people for an hour and 20 minutes. Holy smokes, that always blows me away.
It's because you're charismatic.
I am.
It might have been the Mountain Dew commercial that really hooked him. It's like a Super Bowl commercial.
Are you drinking my Diet Cherry Pepsi?
You gave up Pepsi. Remember you said that in the
Diet
video.
Cherry Pepsi. Jeez. Fine.
This is a public service message from Diet Cherry Pepsi. This is all about Billie Jo's health
One left.
and my public
That was better for me
service.
than the Pepsi I'm gonna have to drink when I need a Pepsi.
Mmm,
Uh-huh. Enjoy that.
that's delicious saccharin.
Nasty, and you know it.
I know it.
Hey, it tastes like chemicals. Kind of got off pop. I don't know why, but it just happened. So yummy.
Leanna just got supper made.
Oh, good. I wish I had. I don't know. What do you want for dinner tonight, dear?
Pizza.
No.
Elizabeth says, yeah, it was the Mountain Dew commercial.
I should get cereal with no milk for dinner. Oh.
I think I would like roast taters and cabbage.
And the chicken or the beef?
Yeah.
That one might be a little bit late for dinner.
What about? Yeah, that one might be late for dinner too.
That might be it. I'm expecting that one to be done at the 8:30-ish mark.
Okay.
So that one may not be an option.
I'll have raisins.
Okay. Waiting on my eggs to boil. My lentils are back there boiling. I'm going to put chicken in the hot oven. There it is. But I need to season it first. So my go-to, always look for salt. Just a little. A little bit of pepper. Because I like it. It pretty much goes with everything. A little bit of onion powder. A little bit of garlic powder.
Come on.
Pop it in the oven for a little while. And my eggs are boiling too, right at the time to that.
Come on.
So, actually, I'm going to time those 10 minutes.
Come here.
And then they'll be done. Then I got to peel them.
All right.
Nora's not listening. Uh-oh.
Do you know there's an own boy dog
I see.
beyond the fence?
Quit looking at trash. Hey, go on. Mirrors. I'm going to say hi. I don't know if they confuse Mirrors. Probably not.
Yeah,
Maybe
you can see
not.
the head.
Yeah. Oh, there.
Say hi to Caddis.
Say hi.
Say hi to Caddis.
We're not on the couch. We're not doing video. What are you doing? Say hi. Was you outside smelling boy dog? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Not Kay. Okay.
Susan says, or they're talking about kombucha.
Kombucha. You know, I thought about kombucha, looking at kombucha, probiotic thing.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that came up and I never figured it out. And probiotics. So, when you're just generally thinking about making food healthier, eating food that's healthier, there are certain terms that come up. And when you add them all together, it's like there's a lot of different directions to look. So when you're thinking about omega-3s and antioxidants and probiotics and what are some other words that didn't used to exist that now we need to know? That's some of them. You know, figuring out the best option. So I stood in the yogurt aisle for probably half an hour one night trying to figure out which yogurt to pick. You know, this was months ago. Because I knew that there were differences, like some are higher in sugar, right? They say that the probiotics don't always make it to the grocery shelf. So they actually have to have so many of them in it to get to the point where you have them when it gets to you, right? So I was doing Activia every day for 4 months, 5 months. And now it's shifted away from that. I'm not doing Activia anymore. I've gone with Greek yogurt, which is preferable to me anyway. I like the consistency of Greek yogurt. And it goes in the smoothies, and if I wanted some, I could eat it. Just eat it with some berries or something. I like the Greek yogurt. And, bye JB. Thank you for coming. But kombucha was not something I ever figured out. Maybe later. We'll see. Somebody knows stuff about probiotics, omega-3s. You already have this stuff sorted out. Share with me. Tell me what you know, because I don't know. Alright, let's see what else I can do here. Alright, that going, that one. Those are simmering. Eggs are boiling. Chicken's in the oven. I know what's next. watch the thing. There we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, goodness. This is my package of bone-in pork chops. This is approximately 5 3/4 pounds, and I paid just under $2 a pound for that. We've had these a couple weeks in a row now, so we'll hope that sale sticks, because these do pretty well. They just last nicely. What do I want to do with those? Not there. Oh, of course it is. Oh, bottom. Okay. Well, maybe.
We are dangerously low.
We are what?
Dangerously low in percentage.
Dangerously low in percentage. Well, perhaps it's time to say thank you for coming. I enjoy the aspect of having people hang out in my kitchen with me while I cook. Often he doesn't. So, I don't know if you guys took anything away from this or not. I'm just trying to share, being real, let you know where I am, and seeing if you wanted to share with me where you are. Right on.
Yeah, Caddisburg, so.
Yes, that's awesome. Aww. Aww. So I do appreciate you coming. Thank you for spending some time with me on this live stream this afternoon while I've been trying to get some stuff cooked. I am going to keep working on this. I've still got some salmon to do. I've got my eggs to peel. Lentils will be done. I'm going to put some pork chops in the oven and maybe put together a kielbasa casserole. We'll see. So anyway, thanks for coming. I appreciate you joining me. Kevin does the endings.
It's your live stream.
I know, right? And yeah, I guess it is my live stream. We are.
You're down to 3%.
The channel, we got 3% of it. Hurry, okay. The channel, all about inspiration, motivation, education, creating curiosity, and building relationships. As always, hope this works.
Thank you for joining us, folks.